Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Zvezda. And here we have a kit in 1/72 scale, so before you start saying that this is not a new kit, I recommend to check the previous small release, small KAMAZ, let's say, in which scale it was molded, because here we have a classic 1/72 scale, and I think it will be an interesting thing for some diorama project, or maybe just for those modders who don't want to spend their time with a 1/35 scale build. And of course we have here the commercial sample, so this one was purchased by my friend, and you can get exactly the same one in a good model shop. So this is a kit number 5076, and as you can see, it copies this KAMAZ Master racing truck in 1/72 scale, and it will be interesting to see what is actually supplied inside. So first of all, the box size is not that huge. Here you can see comparison with my hand. Also on the side here you'll find some safety information, also information about the kit. So it's written here that we have 110 plastic parts inside. We also have here the decals map, let's say, and on the opposite side you can see again the information about the kit name, and on the rear side you will find also the pictures of the finished model. We again the same information about the kit and information about the real subject as well. So here on the side we have the seal, but for me it arrived with a pre-cut, let's say, seal. So I'm going to open it right now, and we will take a closer look together in order to see what is actually supplied here. So just give me a moment. And here we have the plastic parts packed into or sealed into plastic bags. So I'm going to open them one by one. And for this probably I will need scissors, because those are sealed plastic bags. And in the meantime I can say that the 135, actually I think it was 124 scale, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, because I do not remember it already, even though we reviewed this kit. And that's what I was going to say, that if you would like to see the bigger scale release, it's also on our YouTube channel, and you can find it easily just by typing Zvezda in a search. So first of all, here we have the rubber or vinyl tire. As you can see, it does not have any features on the tire walls, but still it looks somewhat okay. I would say I'm ready to accept such parts in a small scale. Still, the plastic parts, they would be better, but here we have this, and there are 6 of them, because there are 2 spare wheels, as you remember, for the Dakar truck. Next, we continue with 2 large frames. So here they are. I will cut through the plastic bag as well, and we will take a closer look together. So just give me a second. It should be fast. And I can say that the original big scale release, if we can put it this way, it was quite nice, and there were, I would say, all necessary features, and it looked impressive for what you get in the standard out-of-the-box package. And what I see here in the small scale release is also quite nice, because let's not forget that we are dealing here with a 1/72 scale package, and still we get a lot of features. As you can see, there is also quite interesting design here. So I suggest we start with this corner, and here you can see the fuel tanks, also some parts of the safety chassis, let's say, or cage. Here we also have the racing seats, also more parts for the racing cage. Next we continue with this sidewall. This is actually the left section of the front cab, and here you can see the front mask, by the way. Next we continue with the wheel rims. We have the roof and the floor panel. Here you can also see some of the drivetrain parts. Next we continue with more parts for the wheels. And this one, I'm not sure where it will go, this large panel, but we have another racing seat. We have another right panel for the front cab, and here, by the way, you can see more parts for this safety cage. We have also the engine, which is molded together with a gearbox, which is really cool for a 1/72 scale. And note this main chassis, as you can see, it is molded together with a part of the fuel tank, and also here we have some of the parts for the wheel fenders and the front cab lower section, which is rather impressive, I would say, in this scale. And if I flip it over here, you can check these parts from the opposite side. We also have some guiding elements where it's necessary, so do not worry, even though the whole kit looks like, let's say, dissected into small pieces, still it should be quite easy to deal with all of those parts. And next we continue with the Second gray plastic sprue, it's a sprue B. Here we have, I would say, quite a simple structure because, as you remember, this racing KAMAZ has the boxy structure on the rear. So here we have those large panels which will be necessary in order to get this boxy structure. But overall, it's quite simple design and there is no surprise in this, I would say, but we have a lot of things which are hidden inside in between the front cap and this structure, so that's really cool. As you can see, the drivetrain gets nicely replicated, and again, I think it's worth zooming in so that you can see what we are talking about here. So what I like is that even the smallest parts, they are molded in a clean fashion, so there is no flash on them and it should be quite easy to separate them off the frame. And here, by the way, you can see the leaf springs, for example, and some of the suspension parts. Next we continue with more parts for the intercoolers, and also here you can see these panels closer. Let's flip them over because inside, as you can see, we have the guiding elements. This will come handy as well because it's quite important to get the right alignment between those panels. And just to give you the idea of the size, here is comparison with my hand. It's a 1/72 scale kit, so the whole assembled kit will not take a lot of space in my opinion. Next we continue with the decals and clear parts. So just give me a moment. Okay, so what do we have here? Clear parts. Here we have the, I would say, glass for the front cap. So here is the small sprue. The overall molding quality looks fine. I would say they will benefit from a layer of the clear, maybe from AK Interactive. They have the special medium for making your clear parts a bit more shiny, but they look okay, I would say, for out-of-the-box build. And also do not forget that Zvezda usually does not supply any masks whatsoever, even the templates, so you have to do everything with your own hands. And as for the decals, here we have the decal sheet, so it looks quite nice. Some others will be happy that we have this side decals actually printed with all necessary symbols, so it doesn't mean that you will be applying them layer by layer. And this is really cool because it will speed up the application process as well. Here you can see some of the white symbols, and here you can see also some of the interior symbols as well, because, well, Zvezda is usually paying attention to such small features as well. Next we continue with the marking guide, and here the most interesting thing is that, of course, we get the one marking option only, but the marking guide is printed in color, so that's really cool. And if I flip it over, here you can see the truck from the opposite side. So whole marking option seems to be easy, but I think it will be important to get this right shade of the blue color, even though here it's written that you just use the light blue from Tamiya. Quite interesting choice. Next we continue with assembly manual. So this one is printed in black and white, so here I will have to zoom out a bit and maybe close the lenses, and let's put this one here. So black and white assembly manual, we have short history note on the first page. Next we continue with the parts map here, and straight away we start with assembly process. As you can see, we start working on this front cap parts. So first we work on the separate panels, and here it will be important to decide how you will be painting these clear parts, how you will be masking them, let's say. And next I think we should open it like this, because here we install the 3 racing seats. We also have some interior features included, so that's really cool, even though the doors are pre-molded, so you won't be able to open them. That's quite a shame, because we have a lot of interior features out of the box. Next goes the top section of the safety cage, the roof panel, the windscreen. Then we continue with some exterior parts, such as, for example, rear view mirrors. Next we continue with the cooler, and here we start working on the main chassis. As you can see, even the radiator goes in place. On the step 10 here you can see the engine assembly. We continue with exhaust tube and also some gearbox or drivetrain parts. I can see also some suspension bits getting onto the main chassis, and here we have some of the, I would say, last steps, because we continue with more of the suspension parts in the rear section, as well as assembling the whole rear section. As you can see, we even have some inner structure, which is really cool, even though it will be barely visible on the finished model. And here, by the way, you can see the fuel tanks installation, wheels installation, and assembly of this rear enclosed section as well. So quite a nice design, especially for 1/72 scale truck, and as I said, it should be already available in all good model shops, so if you would like to get one, that might be a good choice if you don't have a space for 1/35 scale. Of course, do not forget to write your opinion here in the comment section below. And if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.